Hey viewers, in a couple previous videos I showed you how to take apart the inside of a freewheel. Take it apart, take the bearings out, clean it, lube it, put it all back together. But I've had a few viewers ask about how to take apart the outside of a freewheel to take the cogs off of the freewheel body. And so I'm going to show you how to do that today. Before I do that, let me talk about, there's a lot of variation in freewheels from brand and model. And so they're going to come apart like slightly differently from freewheel to freewheel. For example, this one here has a lock ring on here, and there's little notches in here, and so you would need a special tool that fits this here to take that lock ring off. Now on this one here, this one also has a lock ring, and it's got notches in there, but you would need a completely different tool to remove this lock ring here. Then the next two are slightly different here. That they don't have the lock rings. Exactly. They have this cog here, the smallest cog on this one is threaded on, and the rest of these here are splined cogs. So they're sitting on the freewheel there. They just slide on, and then this smallest cog here screws on to hold everything together. Sometimes it'll be the smallest cog. Sometimes the two smallest cogs will be one unit together that will thread off. Now this one here, I believe, is also threaded. I can remove this. There's like a little dust cap here that goes on, and I believe on this one, it's probably these two smallest cogs need to be removed together. They would do that, and then the rest of it would probably come off. So, but anyway, I'm going to show you how to take apart this one right here. I'm going to use one chain whip to hold the cogs here to keep them from turning, and I'm going to use another chain whip to unscrew the smallest cog here. Like I said, it's possible that the smallest cog and the next smallest cog may be one unit, so you don't want to try to hold the next smallest cog there. So I'm going to hold one of the larger cogs, so grab that, and then I'm going to use another chain whip here. And if you have a couple heavy-duty chain whips, that'd be good, because this can take a lot of force to try to unscrew these, because they can be very tight. They're self-tightening, so as you're riding, this is being turned clockwise, which is basically tightening it on there. And so these can be extremely tight. And so I'm going to use this here to just unscrew the smallest cog here. There. So I got that turning. And then I can unscrew this here. A little tight. And just the smallest cog's turning. The next cog, second cog, is not turning. So this is just one separate unit here. So I got that off. And so the spacer is actually built into this cog here. And then it looks like these will just come off here. So this is just comes on there. And I notice there's like little directional teeth there. Spacer. Another cog. Another spacer. And I notice this spacer here is just a little bit larger diameter than there. So I'm going to try to keep these in order so that I can put it back together. Another cog. And another spacer. Again, this is a little bit thinner, but it's a larger diameter than the previous spacers. Pull this off, and another spacer, and then I have the biggest cog there. And so here is the freewheel body here. So now to put it all back together, I'm just going to go ahead and put it back together in the opposite order I take it apart. If you have multiple freewheels, it's possible you can mix and match the gearing on there to suit your personal tastes. So put that on there, and put that on there, and just spacer there. Put this cog on there, spacer, another cog there, and throw this back on here, and then tighten this on. And you want to make sure everything's fully seated there, otherwise this isn't going to screw on all the way, and the little cogs down there will be loose. Okay, check. Those are not flopping around. So it's kind of nice if you can get the chain whips kind of close together, a smaller angle here like that, because then you can kind of pull them tight together with more leverage like this and get that on there nice and tight. And so now this is all back together. Anyway, hope you found that useful or interesting. If you did, please click like on my video. I always appreciate getting likes on my videos. It helps me out. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, click the big subscribe button and you'll see new videos as they come out. And I'm always coming out with new videos. And I'm also over on Facebook, RJ the Bike Guy. Go over there, like my page, and I post a lot of stuff over there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.